We continue to follow some breaking news this morning. 4 members of the family of Illinois Republican governor candidate Darren Bailey have all been killed in a helicopter crash.
We're talking this morning with Aaron Del Mar, his running mate and a close family friend. Aaron, I mean, no one could ever imagine the depth of this tragedy. How are Darren and his wife Cindy doing this morning?
Well, certainly this is a devastating loss, not only for the Bailey family, but our campaign and the community as a whole. To have, 4 beautiful people taken so early in life is just, it's so heartbreaking and devastating. Darren is quite upset. His son, their daughter-in-law, and 2 out of the 3 grandchildren that were on the helicopter are no longer with us. There's been an outpouring of support from the community, not only within the Republican Party, but a huge amount of Southern Illinois and across the state. Those prayers, those well-wishers have really softened some of the blow, to this, and knowing that so many people out there care and are praying for them. Darren and Cindy are leaning on their faith, and it's just been such a tragic loss, and it's unimaginable to understand how quickly and how swiftly this all happened.
Aaron, we know that these details are still coming in. This just happened not long ago. Can you tell us what you've learned about what exactly happened here?
Yeah, I know Zach was, an experienced and licensed pilot, both for helicopters and airplanes. He actually flew us around on our launch day at our event when we announced our campaign. Got to know him, just a great guy. And they were in Elika, Montana for a conference regarding their expansion of their helicopter business and crop dusting. And I got word last night at 9 p.m. that there had been a crash. We didn't have any information if there were any survivors. We were doing research, talking with the local authorities out there, routing Darren from a speaking event that he was at last night for the campaign, and getting him as fast as we could to Montana. When we heard the just heart-crushing news that these 4 beautiful people had passed. And it has been just so upsetting for everyone. And, it is very hard to describe the weight of the pain that the Bailey family has been undergoing, and having to go to Montana and tell Finn, who's 10 years old, that his mom, dad, and brother and sister aren't coming back.
Oh,
and I think that that's going to be hard for anybody.
yeah, Aaron. We know the NTSB is investigating this. Do you know, was weather an issue? Was there a mechanical problem? Have there been any kind of initial discoveries like that talked about?
We don't know any of the details yet. I mean, local law enforcement, obviously secured the scene and is doing their investigation. We've been concentrating primarily, just on the family, just on Darren and Cindy, Zach's siblings, the other children. Our campaign manager, Jose, is a youth minister that has both of the children in his group. We have crisis counselors in Effingham that have been activated. We're talking to the pastors that are down there and the ministers that are down there to try to offer some level of relief for the community. Darren is an influential figure in Southern Illinois. He served as a state representative, a state senator. He is widely known across the state from his run in 2022 and the run that we're currently in right now. And it's just been just so much grief, to be honest with you, so much grief for him and for his family and for everybody. It's almost unbearable.
Obviously, this is a tough time for the family. Could you share maybe some details on, I guess, the relationship between Darren and his son Zach before this happened?
Darren and Zach were incredibly close, as father and son are. He took time off of his regular work and his family to be a part of our campaign and to, take us around, and he's been a big supporter. Darren is above all a family man. You know, before being a farmer, before being a businessman, and certainly before being a politician, Darren's faith and his family are the two biggest things that matter to him. And I know that Darren, when I talked to him in City last night, and earlier today, that they are leaning heavily on their faith, and their community to try to get them through this whole situation. And I'm hoping that is offering him, because he's such a devout man, that is offering him some small amount of relief.
I know the focus is not on this morning, but Aaron, how does the campaign move forward after getting news like this?
We haven't talked about it at all, to be honest with you. We're concentrating on right now is of trying to offer support and love to the family and to the community. I'm sure. I have no idea really what we're going to do. I know that that's not our focus, and I really don't care.
Yeah.
I care about Darren. I care about Cindy. I care about their family, and politics will figure itself out.
All right, Aaron Delmar, we thank you for your time this morning. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and your family, as well as the Bailey family this morning. Thanks again.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.